Hi, folks. Welcome to the Tech Gig podcast. I'm your host, Sukriti Adavanshi. IoT and AI are two independent technologies that have a significant impact on multiple industry verticals. While IoT is the digital nervous system, AI becomes the brain that makes decisions which control the overall system. The lethal combination of AI and IoT brings us AIoT, artificial intelligence of things, that delivers intelligent and connected systems that are capable of self correcting and self healing themselves. Today, we will be decoding the trends of AIoT with Gajendra Mohan Shah, Business Head, Phantom Solutions, Robert Bosch Engineering and Business Solutions. Gajendra is currently leading one of the AIoT businesses for Robert Bosch Engineering and Business Solutions. With more than a decade's experience, Gajendra is focused and interested in building new age businesses at the intersection of customer, tech, and business models. Welcome to the podcast, Gajendra.
Thank you so much for having me and for setting up the context right. And look forward to decoding AIoT with you, like you said, through the rest of the conversation.
Lovely. So let's get started. Gajendra, to set up the context right, please tell us what does AIoT consist of?
So that's a good starting point, I would say, because oftentimes the way new terminologies are introduced in the industry, there are bound to be different interpretations of similar word. I think you have laid the context in your opening remarks very clearly, saying that these are two different technology when we look at AI and IoT. And when we talk about AIoT, it is nothing but the combination of these two technology. Now, just to simplify it further and take each one of them separately, AI is artificial intelligence, as we would read in everyday newspaper now about how AI is making our lives and industries simpler and better going ahead. The other part of it is IoT, which is Internet of Things, right? So Internet of Things comes from the very simple background of saying that whatever are inanimate objects, right? Can we collect the underlying data of them or these inanimate objects, be it machines, be it your home setups, be it any such inanimate object which generates data, and that information is useful for us as humankind. Yeah. Now, what AI brings into the table is the assessment or processing of this data to give you refined insights into how you can make your everyday life better. Yeah. So I just see AI and IoT as two technologies which is now converging in a fusion and is fulfilling the vision of building connected systems, right? This could be in our personal life, it could be in an industrial setup, it could be in a setup as large as a city. And by combining these two, we are creating a potent combination for future. If I just were to give you a very simple example of AIoT in our daily lives, let's say the wearables, the smartwatches that we wear, right? Or the home setups or home automation systems that we use. It leverages both the capability because let's say wearable, when you are wearing it, a traditional analog watch gave you time, gave you understanding on the date, and that is where it was limited to. Now the same watch, by getting added with more sensing, is able to provide more information beyond time about your body, which it is connected to, right? And using this data or information, all of us are able to make a lot of decisions related to our health or related to how do we function on a daily basis, what our routines are, and increasingly getting more used to using this data in getting our lives better. Yeah? So that's a very simple example of AIoT in play in our consumer setup. I
Wonderful.
hope I hope that answers.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so now let's just understand, so while I was researching about what AIoT, actually consists of and what is the
Mhm,
preview of the market, Gajendra, a report from
mhm,
Research and Markets forecasts that AI and IoT will surpass a value of $26 billion by 2025. They also demonstrate that
mhm,
AI improves IoT data's efficiency by 25%, improving analytics by
right,
42% of the industry. AI plays a
right,
role in both IoT center and edge networks. At the center of the system, AI can perform predictive analytics and alert users of anomalies. Getting insights
mhm,
out of the data from IoT solutions is the only first step. And AI's role in IoT systems has much more potential that it can be unlocked. So tell us how India is building and consuming this technology at this point in time.
I think that's a very pertinent question today, right? When we are talking about AIoT trying to come together as a converged or a fused technology in our daily lives. See, if you look at evolution of any technology, especially the convergence of these technologies, there are a few factors which define how these technologies get adapted over a period of time. Yeah. Now, one, of course, and I'll talk about both since you asked the builder and consumer of technology. Of course, I think consumption side is much simpler to understand. That India being a large economy, being a country with increasing young population, is the adoption of technology related to AIoT is on a rise, right? So let's break AIoT into different domain verticals where it is applicable today. Yeah. I discussed about wearables. Let's say wearables as an industry. If you look at last decade, in terms of how the uptake of wearables itself has been among the young as well as all population or age segment, we would be surprised to look at that adoption. I'm sure a decade back we were not talking about replacing analog watches with digital and smart watches, which could do more than give you time and calendar dates. The second area is in smart homes, right? Different ways or means in which we are trying to get our homes automated. Now, of course, the third is on smart city and smart industry. So if you look at all the four basic domains, and I'm just taking them as a representative example, the consumption in each one of them, the consumer, the city, and the industry is on a rise, right? And this is predominantly fueled by access to smartphones, reduced cost of networks at a consumer domain level. For cities and industries, it is a value that they are seeing in looking at a collective set of data and making decisions in a simpler way. Yeah? So I see that from a consumption side, there is enough room for us to grow over the next couple of decades. And this convergent technology is going to make this consumption of data and insight much more simpler. Also, I believe that you would also. I mean, there is an increasing trend of bringing edge into or edge computing into play. I think you touched about reducing the cost of analytics or the analytics burden itself. And going ahead, we may see more of voice and vision AI coming into these areas, specifically from the consumption side. Yeah. So that's predominantly on how the consumption. I would see India as a country evolving on the building side, right? To build any technology, and if you reflect in last two decades journey in terms of how information technology industry has grown, you would see that there are certain elements or ingredients that are required in to grow a particular or a specific technology. I think I'll just highlight three major ones. I'm sure there are multiple, but three major support factors which excites me today about AIoT. One is the availability of talent, right? To build anything, you require the right talent to build. Yeah. Second is the available infrastructure. Now you have the talent, but do you have the right infrastructure on which you can build? Right? And third, both talent and infrastructure require spending or investment over a long period of time, whether it be public or private. And I see all the three major factors being picked. And fourth, anyways, I've touched upon consumption being one of the major drivers of this technology. So it's pretty evident that India is emerging, as a hub for these new age technologies, and the spend that is being made on creating this infrastructure or creating the talent for digital economy by both private as well as government augurs well for the continued growth of this segment. And I would like to see it more like a vibrant ecosystem where one leads to the other, and there is a flywheel set in motion for India to really shine in the world map when it comes to creating and consuming AIoT technologies.
Interesting. So, Gajendra, we spoke about being at both the ends of building and consuming this technology. We understood how it is being happened in India. Tell us why is it India is like rightly positioned to build this tech stack right now?
Sure. I think before we do that, let me talk about what are the critical elements of the tech stack that we are talking about here, right? There are, I mean, I've just, it depends on how do you really slice and dice on this, but I've just taken broader buckets. And I see there are basically four major blocks in this entire tech stack, right, as we call it. The founding block is the sensors, embedded, and edge analytics, yeah? Where we are sensing anything, any inanimate object or asset. We are sensing it by using different kind of sensors, um, certain embedded technology where the sensing could be converted and interpreted by the sensor, and certain analytics where we process this sensing so that we can send the data. So that's the first block. The second block is on the networks, right? When we transmit this data, which then hits the cloud, right? Or which is more like a distributed storage. And of course, there are applications then which runs this data and give you different views of how these objects or assets are operating or performing on a real-time basis. So sensor embedded edge analytics, networks, cloud data and application, and the last block being analytics and AI, where you get all of this data and start making interpretation as a system, so that you are not just consuming data, but you are getting cues in order to make decisions. Right? So if I look at these four blocks, and let's go one by one for each of the block, why I think India is rightly positioned to build this tech stack. Let's start with sensors embedded edge analytics, right? You would see that in last couple of decades, Indian technology centers, whether it be of MNCs or Indian companies, they have really pioneered in this area, and today they contribute significantly to the products that are built globally and consumed globally when it comes to sensors, embedded and embedded technologies. Edge is an area which is emerging, and whatever AI that we are doing or will talk about in the fourth block essentially also has a lot to contribute when it comes to edge analytics in terms of the design or the overall architecture of how analytics is built. Let's come to the second layer of network. I think it is no secret that the ushering revolution of telecom industry and the investments that have been made in this domain has provided Indian consumers and businesses access to quality networks at a very reasonable rate. And that is, and a lot of engineering or technology has been built around networks, around network configuration, network setup, network management, and so on and so forth. The third layer of cloud data and application, again here if you see, the country has been at the forefront of cloud technologies. We are building new age technologies and delivering it at scale. You can take example of even the COVID times where we are currently trying to vaccinate a larger population as compared to any other country. And the kind of infrastructure or cloud or the data, the way it is being used in order to deliver the services to an individual consumer is unparalleled in the history. Right? And I'm sure, going ahead, a lot of countries are going to do the same and create this infrastructure, use this data in order to provide both public and private services delivery. Right. So what really differentiate, and last of course is analytics and AI layer, where there has been an increasing interest by most of the technology companies to invest in good talent in the beginning, so that they can leverage the outcomes of this analytics and AI for different domain applications. In whether we are creating products or services, if the view is that most of our products and services in the future are going to have AI and AI embedded into it, then this is a very critical layer. And this text on the top of the tech stack and is very integral to how the overall technology gets delivered and integrated. So what really differentiates us, if you see, is that when we build this technology, we can test it at scale of usage. We can learn quickly from this and make course corrections at a very rapid pace. Yeah? Another critical factor that stands out for me is the understanding of multiple domains that comes in building these technologies and the exposure that we are getting to solving problems in these areas. So, one is from the technology side, the another is from the business side, and the third, of course, is from the society side. where the talent or everything is coming from. And the intersection of this is where I see there is a right positioning to build more of AIoT technology and contribute to the overall increasing share or pie of AIoT, both in terms of products and services.
Wonderful. So this was the whole brief and pretext of how India is, working in this tech stack. Moving on to the next one, Gajendra, what can NextGen do to be a part of this emerging era?
It's a very interesting question that you asked because, I believe that NextGen is already a part of this, as a consumer. Because whether it be examples that I have given on wearables or voice-assisted AI technology, NextGen is already consuming these technologies, right? So being tech-oriented or tech-savvy, the way you want to call it, NextGen is already adopting and hence accelerating the usage. So if you see, there is a greater portion of NextGen folks today who are contemporary when it comes to adopting latest technology that is available globally. Yeah, and because most of these technologies or products and services embedding these technologies are available and well distributed across different regions and countries, it is much more simpler to get access to these latest products and services and the technologies that they use, right? So that is one part of consumption. So I believe that with this, it would be an obvious next step to be curious about these technologies and participate in creating products for varied problems that exist today, in our businesses, societies, in our day-to-day lives, depending upon what kind of problem we are looking to solve for. Now, from a learning standpoint, if you see for these technologies, I'm sure you would have also observed that there is a rapid emergence and uptake of upskilling, that is happening in these areas. How often do we see, content around AI, content around IoT, content around machine learning, content around what is digital or digital transformation? What does it mean for our businesses, for our governments, for our society? How acceleration of this is going to improve the efficiency and delivery of products and services at scale? So there is a keen and active interest that is being taken in these topics at an ecosystem level. And hence, I think with the, like I said, from a consumption as well as delivery standpoint, if I were to see NextGen being a part of this emerging areas, I see them contributing in both ways. And it will be very interesting also to see how this ecosystem shapes up, as we speak today, maybe a few years down the line, how accelerated it could be will be a very fascinating journey to observe.
All right. This is the last one, Gajendra. Do you see a lot more demand for AI to engineers currently? Could you please elaborate on the in-demand skill sets and profiles?
See, I mean, if I look at like like I have already mentioned through different means, the convergence of business technology and society is evident in this era of digital or AI or IoT or new form or a new world order, as you would call it. Now, there is of course the tech-based skills that you did ask me to touch upon in terms of tech stack that is available and how India is rightly positioned. But this tech skill has to be combined with innate human skills of emotional intelligence, creativity, and critical thinking, because this combination is going to solve a lot of problems that exist today and that this technology has a potential to solve for. Yeah. So I believe that when you talk about certain skill set and profile, there are of course tech-based skills which will emerge in the areas of I'll just go back to the 4 blocks of sensor, embedded, and edge analytics in the areas of network optimization management, cloud technologies, and analytics and AI. Yeah? But at the same time, I believe that beyond these tech-based skills that are available, there will be a renewed or refreshed view towards some of the innate human skills. Like emotional intelligence or critical thinking. And I think this is also where you would be possibly hearing a lot about, introduction of design thinking as a concept or human-centered design and technology, where technology is enabling certain areas of human life or whether you want to see or view that person as a customer, as a consumer, as a civil society person, or as any other definition you would want to call it. But any product or service that is getting built for the future is looking at this human-centered design in order to give an experience which enhances the user's contribution or interaction with any product or service that he is receiving, whether it be from businesses, governments, or any such form in which we build products and services for the future. So the combination of these skills, both the skill is going to be a very critical one as we see more and more of them being adopted or being integrated. Now, coming to the point on demand for AIoT engineer, I think the journey has just started. I don't have enough data to tell you in terms of exact numbers, but if I look at the last few years CAGR growth or the growth rate in terms of how there has been an increase in the uptake of professionals going for AI or going for IoT related topics, I think it's growing at a very accelerated pace to even up to 200 to 300% of growth year on year. And I think it is going to happen till it catches a critical mass, which is required for creating sustainable technologies over a longer period of time. This is nothing new for an industry or from a business standpoint. Emergence of new age technology is going to go through this rapid scale up phase, and we would see a lot of folks getting trained and getting exposed to these new areas, working in these new areas, whether it be from creating a product or a services delivery to the end consumer. And this end consumer could be you or me as a end consumption point, or it could be businesses, it could be government, it could be anything who becomes a stakeholder. One more interesting point which I want to highlight here is why we are talking about AIoT increasingly is because when the evolution of IoT started with more and more devices getting connected, there has been an upsurge in how the data is getting processed on the cloud side. Yeah? AIoT as a technology brings a lot of intelligence on the device side itself. And you can imagine that if there are certain projection by industry associations, which talks about more than 75 billion devices being connected by 2025. So much of data is being generated by each of these devices. How much of compute and storage do we require in order to process this data? So AIoT brings that flexibility by putting the intelligence at the device end itself and saying that instead of taking all the data that I require, can I just take essential data or critical data that I need to respond to, and only that data is available for my key stakeholder to respond to, while the other data is a normal real-time scenario data, which I may not be using for decision making. So more and more, I think, especially for critical areas where you would want to make decision at a system level, at a device level, you would see those areas getting ahead in form of adoption of new age AIoT technology. Some of the other area where real-time decision making at a system level may not be pertinent, we may see a slower adoption. So that is the point on domains, wherein you can see the demand coming from some domain very strongly, given the criticality of data processing or edge analytics that is required, as compared to some of the other domain where there could be a slower uptake or a rising slope over a period of time. I hope I gave you a perspective on both the questions that you had on this.
Yes, Gajendra, absolutely. And I should say that these were intriguing insights that you've shared with us. So, the use of AI for decision making in IoT and data analytics will be crucial for efficient and effective decision making, especially in the area of streaming data and real time analytics. Thank you for being a part of the show and sharing the concepts and facts so wonderfully on AIoT, Gajendra.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Audience, thank you so much for listening. Hope you enjoy the session. We will be back with the next episode soon. Till then, stay safe, take care.